Hey guys, good evening to everyone. Thanks for joining. So in the today class, we will discuss about network security. So this is a second part, security branch or second security technologies. So first of all, what is meant by network? So network security meaning here perimeter level security. So perimeter meaning here basically, otherwise it is overall network level security. Perimeter or network level of the security. So as per network architecture diagram, we already have seen after ISP router, we have firewall. First internet and after that ISP router. And after that we have perimeter level. So that perimeter level firewall we have. And after that we have proxy and network IDs and network IPS. So these devices will completely detect overall network level and also perimeter level in case of any attacks are reflecting or coming via phishing emails or maybe through driver downloads or maybe through remote devices and so on. So these devices are first entry point. So first it will go to the firewall, that will pass to the proxy, then it will pass to the NIDs and APS, then it will enter into the our trust zone. Okay. So there are three different types of zones we have, right? So trust as well as untrust and also DMZ or DMZ.
DMC.
So yeah, network level security will provide the overall network level security or perimeter level security. Okay. So that is network security. So how we can define it will provide security to perimeter or network level security. Perimeter nothing but internet facing. Perimeter is nothing but internet facing level security. Okay, so under the network security, we have different types of solutions we have. First one is we have firewall. Next one we have proxy. Next one we have network IDS and network IPS. Okay, so these are all the three solutions we have available under the network security. So these are all the solutions, otherwise controls. Solutions are controls under the network level. We have network firewalls, network proxy, network IDS and network IPS. Solutions are controls. So we'll go one by one. So first we'll go with firewall, then we'll go with proxy, then we'll go with the network IDS and network IPS. Okay, first one is firewall. So before going to firewall, first we can go and we can see generations of the firewall. Generations of the firewall. Okay, so under firewall, first thing is generations of firewall. So these firewall concept is available from 1990s also. Okay, first where exactly firewall is defined, and also from there what is the second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and what is the current generations of the firewall. Okay, that we can discuss. So first generation is packet filtering. Packet filtering. So packet filtering meaning here. So in 1990s we have routers and switches. That time we don't have any firewall concept. In 1985s or 1990s, that time scenario, we don't have any firewall concept. So first initially, respect to scientists, they identified or they found routers and switches. First router and switches, hub and so on. So router has a inbuilt feature of which packet we have to enable and which packet we have to block. So it will validate. So how we can define that one? Example consider maybe. So this is one of the packet is entering into the organization level. So this is maybe example one of the router. Okay, from there this packet is going. So example, this is one of the end user machine. Maybe sending an email or maybe is accessing an application and so on. So that time this packet will come to here. So that time it will come to here. And the router now what it will do. So this example user is sending an email. Okay. So in that scenario, router, that packet, once it is entering into the respective router, a router either it will allow the packet. So allow the packet here, or maybe it will block the packet. Either it will allow or it will block the packet. So router has a inbuilt feature of which type of packet we have to allow. It will scan the entire packet, and in case any malicious content or abnormal content is available, in that scenario, that packet will be dropped. Okay. So router has an inbuilt feature, or maybe it has a features like what type of packet we have to allow and what type of packet we have to drop. So normally how we can do that one example. So the first generation packet filtering. So how we can do that? So router, example, router, then we have to give the login. We have to give config T. If you want to enter into the router, we have to give the config T, not the configuration terminal. Config T means configuration terminal. And the router, that model number may be example 2500 model number. Now it will ask username. We have to enter the username. All these are command and control, man. So nothing but command line interface. All these things we have to enter from the command line interface, like a CMD. Command prompt we discussed, right? Couple of commands like a ping command, then trace route, NS lookup. Okay, so get MAC, ARP. So these are all the couple of comments we discussed on the command prompt. In the similar way, even router also, most of the cases we have to do the command line interfaces. We have to remember all the commands and we have to try to log into the router and we have to do some of the configurations. Even switch also same as it is. Who will do all these things? This one will be done by a network engineer. Network engineer. So routing and switching under CCNA and CCNP, Cisco related, we have routing and switching. So they will work on the dedicatedly how the route will go from internal to external, and also in the switch wise how we have to configure the VLAN IDs and so on. So router has inbuilt feature of which packet we have to allow and which packet we have to drop. So first we have to enter the configuration terminal, then we have to enter the username, then we have to enter the password. So now example, I want to block one of the connection from source to destination through port number 80. In that scenario, how we have to configure that one? So router 2500 IP ACL means access control list. So in router, we have to enter all these commands. IP ACL means access control list. Source IP, example 10.10.10.1. Destination IP. So example, maybe facebook.com, and action port number 80 and action deny. In this scenario, normally port number is 80 is dangerous. Example, Facebook is running on 80, but not 80, it is running on 443 per suppose. For suppose Facebook is running on example port number 80, it's a dangerous one because it will not provide any authenticity, encryption, integrity, and non-replication. Okay, so it's a dangerous port. It's not a secured port basically. So example, our application is running port number 80. In that scenario, we have to block that particular traffic. Whenever user is trying to access 10.10. This is user IP, source IP, nothing but user. So user 10.10.10.1, destination IP facebook.com, port number 80 is trying to access. In that scenario, deny. Deny means block. Okay. In the similar way, router 2500 IP ACL means access control, controlling of something, either allow or deny. That is called access control list. Source IP 10.10.10.1, destination IP google.com, port number 443, action allow. So now when the user is trying to access google.com through port number 443, So we are allowing that particular traffic. So port number 80 is dangerous. We are suspecting maybe some of the attackers, they are trying into the organization level. So we can block the traffic in this scenario. But in this scenario, 440 is a genuine port. It's a secured port. Okay. So whenever user is trying to access this one, so we can allow the connections. So this type of filtering, allowing the connections and dropping of the connections, it has there inbuilt in the router itself. Okay. So that is called packet filtering or router filtering, packet filtering or router filtering. So this is in the 1990s, maybe initially. This is the first phase of the first generations of the firewall. So first generations of the firewall, packet filtering, router contains the inbuilt feature of either allowing of the packet or dropping of the packet. Otherwise,
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yes, please.
I have a doubt here.
Yes, please.
Actually, what is packet? IP packet in the sense packet means, sir?
IP packet. Did you attend the first class or second class?
No, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, this is third class topic basically. IP packet contains the source IP and destination IP, and payload means it's a message, content of the message. Example, sender A is sending a mail to the sender B, or user A is sending a mail to user B. So in that scenario, so body of the content of the mail, it's like a payload. So otherwise, you are trying to access one of the application, maybe facebook.com or google.com, you're trying to set something, or maybe you are transferring the money to your father or mother, maybe your relatives and so on. So whatever data it is going, that is nothing but IP packet. In the form of IP packet, the data will go from source to destination. That is called IP packet.
Okay, and based on which rules we can allow and deny these actions, sir? How can we delay and allow based on the which features we can come to conclusion that either we can deny the action or allow the action based on which configurations?
Based on the whatever security related part. See here, non-secure connections we have to deny because attacker will try to enter into the organization level. Example, port number 80 is very dangerous to us. In the similar way, 443. Yes.
HTTP.
Yes.
It's a secure.
Insecure protocol.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So, yeah, okay, sir. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so that is packet filtering. This is the first generations of the firewall. Second generations of the firewall. So we have circuit gateway. Circuit gateway. So circuit gateway meaning here. So in between client and server, we already discussed TCP three-way handshake. TCP three-way handshake. TCP three-way handshake, you know already. In between client and server, total that communication will happen using synchronization plus acknowledgement. And acknowledgement. Yeah. So that is called TCP three-way handshake. So circuit gateway, it will represent whether TCP three-way handshake is completed in between source and destination, nothing but client and server. So there we will use the second generations of the firewall. So in between client and server, whether packet is a dropping or allowing, what is the action basically? So that is called circuit gateway. So nothing but, so it will, this circuit gateway will act as a gateway or a bridge between user and also respect to application. So finally, okay, whatever traffic it is entering, whether TCP three-way handshake is completing or not, or packet is a retransmissioning, or it is a dropping, or it is allowing or not. That is called circuit gateway. Okay, so second generations of the firewall, here in between client and server, whether TCP three-way handshake, is completing or not, and also in between client and server, whether packet retransmission is happening or packet is dropping or packet is allowing. So that is the second generations of the firewall. So third generations of the firewall, we have stateful inspection. So stateful inspection already we discussed. So stateful inspection, where we discussed, anyone? Stateful inspection. Stateful inspection. Stateful inspection, under which attack we discussed? That time itself, I told you this one we can discuss once again in the firewall level. It's one of the interview question as well. IP spoofing. Yes. Yeah. In IP spoofing, we discussed about deep packet inspection and stateful inspection. So what is my stateful inspection of the firewall or stateful inspection? So
Packet scanning.
In between client and server, it will see whether packet is completely, it is completed TCP three-way handshake, and also it will represent what is the state of the packet, whether it is synchronization packet or whether it is synchronous plus acknowledgement state or acknowledgement state, and also whether packets are dropped or allowed, and also it is retransmitted. So that called stateful inspection based on the rules we configure. So whether it is completing TCP three-way handshake plus, and also it will provide the state of the packet. So nothing but circuit gateway plus state of the inspection. So circuit gateway role plus state of the packet based on the rules configured. So how we can define this one now? Yeah, it will do the packet scanning as well. You are right. So in between client and server, it will see whether whether TCP three-way handshake is completed or not. And also, what is the status of the packet? So what are the three different status we have? Synchronization status, synchronization plus acknowledgement status, and also acknowledgement status based on the rules configured. Based on the rules configured. So that is called stateful inspection. So it will scan the, whenever any packet is entering into the organization level, you are right. So it will scan the packet and it will say, is there any malicious content is available? Example, attacker is masking his original IP, and also attacker is trying to do any other content of the malware he's entering. All those verifications it will do. Okay, so that is stateful inspection. So next one we have next generation, fourth one, application gateway. Application gateway. Application gateway also we will call it as a indirectly proxy server or web gateway. Application gateway also called as proxy or web gateway. So in between user and application, this one will act as a gateway. And is there any malicious content of the websites whenever user is trying to access, based on the signature based detection mechanism, based on the BRL pattern mechanism, either it will allow the websites or either it will deny the websites. That is called application gateway. This is fourth generations of the firewall. Okay, even sometimes proxy we can call it as a firewall because it is allowing of the websites and blocking of the websites. Okay, this is fourth generation. So it will act as a gateway or bridge between users and applications, and based on the rules configured, either it will allow or block based on detection methods like signature based, and behavioral based. So that is application gateway. Example is proxy, we can say. And next one is fifth generation is UTM. So this is approximate 2000 to 2013. So UTM full form is Unified Threat Management. Unified Threat Management. So what UTM exactly will do? All the existing generations of the firewall features it has. Additionally, it has antivirus scanning. Indirectly, this is also called the firewall, guys. UTM also call it as firewall. UTM or firewall. So this is approximate. I mean, I can say decade like 2000, 2002 till 2014 or 13 and so on. Okay. UTM firewall. UTM or firewall. UTM full form is Unified Threat Management. Unified. Single console or single tool can take care of the entire threat managing. So single firewall can take care of the entire threat managing. So that is called unified. Single tool, it can has a capability of antivirus scanning. It has a capability of URL filtering. It is a capability of web filtering. It has a capability of application control, web control, proxy related features, basic IDS, IPS features, and so on. So that is called unified threat management or firewall. Okay. Some of the job descriptions you will see UTM also. UTM meaning here unified threat management. So how we can define this one now? It's nothing but firewall. Firewall will monitor inbound traffic and outbound traffic based on the rules configured. Either it will allow the traffic or block the traffic. So firewall will monitor inbound traffic and outbound traffic based on the rules configured. Either it will allow the traffic or block the traffic. So that is nothing but firewall. In lot of interviews, they will ask, what is the difference between firewall and IDS and IPS? What is the difference between firewall and proxy? What is the difference between IDS, IPS and proxy? What is the difference between IDS, IPS and firewall? In such a way, so many questions they will ask, differences they will ask. Even they will ask what is the difference between IDS and IPS also. So these are all the couple of questions normally they will ask in the interview. Okay. So in that scenario, IDS, IPS is a subset of firewall. Proxy is a subset of firewall, you have to say. Firewall will do lot more features as compared to IDS, IPS. Firewall will do lot more features as compared to proxy. Okay. So firewall will do lot more things. It has a lot of features basically. If I'm explaining all the features, then you'll come to know what exactly it will do. Firewall features. It will do antivirus or malware scanning. So that is the first feature. Second feature is it will do web filtering or URL filtering or content filtering. Filtering meaning here whitelisting or blocklisting. Whitelist web filtering, websites blocklisting and website whitelisting. Where did we discuss this one? Web control, application control. Where did we discuss? Where did we discuss web control and application control?
Antivirus CDI methods, sir.
Methods.
Policies, sir.
Policies. Yeah, even features also. That's correct. So yesterday in SOPO CDR, not yesterday, before yesterday, I have shown you web control, application control policies we have to configure. It's one of the features also, you are right. It's a web control and policy EDR related features. That time itself, I told you, even firewall also will do this feature. Web filtering, nothing but web control. Application control, nothing but application blocklisting or whitelisting. Example I given, drugs related websites we have to block, maybe nudity or adult content related websites we have to
Alcohol.
block, yeah, alcohol related, and so on, terrorist related, and so on. So same thing it will do. URL filtering meaning it same thing. URL is nothing but application or website. This also call it as a web control or application control. Okay, so that thing. Next one, it will do DNS filtering. Nothing but which domains we have to allow, which domains we have to block. Next one, it will
IP
do
filtering.
IP filtering. Any block list? Yes, it will do IP filtering also. Yes, IP filtering it will do. Next one, it will do malware scanning is over already. Next one, it will do Wi-Fi monitoring. Next one, it will do file monitoring. Which files are coming into the organization level, whether we have to block or we have to allow. File monitoring it will do. Now it will do stateful inspection as well. Stateful inspection. So these are some of the additional features will be done by everything. Okay. So firewall will do all these things. Okay. So next one coming from 2013 to till today, 2022. So current generations of the firewall, we will call it as the anyone. Current generations of the firewall will call
Next
it
generation
as
firewall.
Next
Next
generation firewall.
generation firewall.
yes, NGFW.
Yeah.
Next generation firewall. Next gen firewall. NGFW nothing but next generation firewall. Okay. So what is the difference between firewall and next generation firewall? Okay. It will do all these features. Next generation firewall do all these features. Additionally, it will do some other features as well. What are the features we can see? So it will do deep packet inspection. Whenever any packet it is coming, it will open the packet and it will scan it. See, is there any malware or is there anybody spoofing that particular packet or not? So if suspicious activity, it will happen on the packet level and payload level, it will identify and it will block it. Deep packet inspection it will do. Next one, it will do basic of IDS IPS capability. So it will do IDS IPS features as well. Next one, it will do proxy functionality. So whenever any website is using by end user, so that particular proxy functionalities also will be do. So it will go to the firewall level and firewall will validate whether it is a blocklisted domain or any malicious content related domain or whitelisted domain. So according to that signature based and behavioral based, either it will allow or generate the alert notification. Basic proxy functionality it will do. Even it has inbuilt capabilities of WAF functionality also. What do you mean by WAF?
Web application
Web
firewall.
application firewall.
Application.
Web application firewall.
Yes, even it will do OASP top 10 attacks preventive mechanisms. OASP top 10 preventive mechanisms. In couple of interviews, they will ask, what is the difference between next generation firewall and web application firewall? What is the difference between next generation firewall and web application firewall? What is the answer, guys?
Firewall will be in the network security, sir. Web application firewall
Web application firewall will be used to block the application layer attacks.
Yes, web application firewall will prevent only application layer 7 attacks. That is nothing but OASP top 10. So next generation firewall will do a lot more features that will do antivirus scanning, DNS filtering, content filtering, URL filtering, Wi-Fi monitoring, file monitoring, DNS filtering, deep packet inspection, even basic functionality of WAF, basic functionality of proxy, basic functionality of IDS IPS. So WAF is a subset of now next generation firewall. That's what you have to give the answer. So in all those 7 layers, it will be done by next generation firewall. So as per OSA layers, so next generation firewall will do all the features, but basic of application layer, but till transport layer will do all the tracking of the malwares and everything. Okay, that is the difference between next generation firewall and web application firewall. It's one of the interview question, guys. So next one, what are the features we have seen now? What is the licensing option? Licensing option, what we have. So how to purchase the firewall? So how to purchase antivirus tool or EDR tool or DLP or file integrity monitoring?
Vendor.
Based on number of endpoints.
Based on number of endpoints. That's correct. So now licensing of the firewall, it is based on what is the LAN bandwidth, whether it is a 10 gig or 20 gig or 30 gig and so on. And based on how many number of end users are available. How many number of end users are available. Next one, how many number of maximum sessions are going on. Inbound to outbound or outbound to inbound. Maximum number of sessions meaning here. So per second, how many connections are going as inbound and also outbound. So that is called maximum number of sessions. Example 10,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 and so on. And how many number of concurrent sessions. Concurrent sessions are allowed or concurrent sessions are going on. So meaning here concurrent meaning here parallel. Parallel meaning here example, user A is access to facebook.com, user B is access to facebook.com. So concurrent sessions, how many are allowed? So we have to validate that one. Next one, how many number of VPN connections. So how many people are connected to VPN? Maximum number of VPN connections. Even it, I think I forgot this one. Even firewall has a feature of VPN also. VPN also. How many number of VPN connections it is going on? Next one, how many number of concurrent VPN sessions? Concurrent VPN sessions. Now, based on this one, example maybe LAN bandwidth is 10 gig and example number of users are 10,000 users are there in the organization level. How many number of sessions are going on? Maximum number of sessions, 1 lakh sessions. And maximum number of concurrent sessions, maybe 10,000 or 20,000. So how many number of VPN connections? 10,000. How many number of concurrent VPN sessions? Maybe 5,000. Now you are providing all these information to the vendor. Now vendor will validate and he will choose the suitable model. Which number of the model is suitable? Example, if you want to say our day-to-day practical example, maybe if you want to purchase one of the laptop, your requirement is like, so example, I need i5 7, okay, processor wise, then I need 500 GB hard disk, maybe I need 8 GB RAM, okay, I need processor and so on. So these are all the information you are providing. Then we can go and we can see what is the model number of either Dell or Lenovo or HP and so on. We'll go and we'll Google it and we'll put in the Amazon or Flipkart or wherever it may be. So whatever business requirement we have related to personal laptop, we can validate all those parameters. Finally, based on the cost, we can go and we can purchase. Same as it is, you can apply that particular policy here also. So vendor has a different types of model numbers. If you are providing all this information to the respective vendor means here firewall vendor, then they will give suitable model to us. So that is licensing is based on these are all the parameters. Okay. Now coming back. So what are all the different types of vendors are available in the market? Vendors or tools. Who are all the famous vendors are available in the tools? Palo Alto. It's the number one firewall in the market right now. FortiGate. So it is also one of the leading tool in the market right now. FortiGate is a firewall. Fortinet is a company. Okay. So Palo Alto is one of the location in the USA. So that name it is given to even firewall also. Okay. So Portigate. Next one we have Cisco ASA. Once upon a time, Cisco is number one in the market. So most of the cases it is command. We have to enter command. Command line interface is very difficult, guys. We have to enter a lot of comments. We have to remember also. Always graphical user interface is very user friendly. Okay, nothing but everything through filtering, through websites. Okay, now whatever I opened even this Excel sheet also graphical user interface. So command line interface means example command prompt. Example, all the Linux is nothing but command line interface only. So Cisco ASA firewall, once upon a time, it is very popular in the market, but right now market cap is completely reduced. Next one, Juniper. Juniper also, once upon a time, it's very famous, but now it's reduced. Sonic Wall. Sonic Wall. I have shown one more firewall within 2 to 3 days back. What is that firewall name?
Sophos.
Sophos.
Suppose.
You are right. Sophos firewall. Even Sophos has a firewall also, not only EDR. Sophos has a firewall also. Okay, Sophos firewall. Next one, CyberROM. CyberROM is one of the firewall. WatchGuard, it's one of the firewall. So there are a lot of firewalls are available in the market. There are a lot of firewall is available in the market, but right now in the market, these two are very, very popular. And one more firewall, it's very popular from Israel country, that is called Checkpoint. Checkpoint firewall. So Checkpoint is from Israel country. In America and also in Middle East, they will not accept this firewall. Why? Because Israel is opposite to USA. Okay, but Israel country is very famous for security products. Very famous for security products. Okay, even Checkpoint, as per Gartner report, I told you, right, was my Gartner report. As per Gartner report, you can see from past 20 years, number one firewall is Checkpoint. But once Palo Alto is entering into the market, so now it's completely is capturing Palo Alto, everywhere Palo Alto firewall only. So lot of vacancies in the TCS, Wipro, Infosys, so Accenture or Accenture dedicated to Palo Alto firewall. Dedicated to Palo Alto firewall. Okay. Couple of people already selected TCS dedicated to Palo Alto firewall. Even though you're working for Portigate, you should have the basic knowledge on Palo Alto. You can clear the interview. Okay. My class notes are sufficient. So what is the difference between Palo Alto and other vendor firewalls? We can see this one. It's one of the testable interview question. What is why Palo Alto has a more number of features and why it is capturing, even though it is entering into the market level. So in 2013 only this started Palo Alto firewall into market. But in 5 years of time period, from past 5 to 6 years onwards, Palo Alto number one in the market. Okay. If you want, I will show practically also. Gartner report.
Uh, in every organization, they are using the firewall, any firewall, sir.
Yes, it's a must device in the organization level. Firewall is a must device. Yes.
In employee laptop, they are using the firewall, right?
No. In the network level, perimeter, internet level.
Okay,
In Windows firewall is different. Windows firewall is different. Windows firewall is in the host level. But this firewall we are discussing on the network level, perimeter level. As per network architecture diagram, internet and ISP router and network level, perimeter level firewall is available. But whatever you are speaking, it is dedicated to on the Windows firewall level, host level.
Yeah, but Fortinet, we are using the Windows level only, right, sir?
Fortinet, we are not. Forti client VPN is using on the Windows level. VPN is different.
Okay, sir. Yeah, got
that
it.
I will explain in future. Yeah, Forti client VPN we are using on the VPN purpose, authenticating the Office application through remote, through tunnel, through security point of view. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So Gartner report related to firewall, next generation firewall. So you can see here, Gartner report next generation firewall. Example, I will go to images. So as per 2021, whenever if you want to purchase any product in your organization level, always we have to use. You can see Palo Alto number 1. So next one is Fortinet, next one Checkpoint. That's what I told you, right? These three are very popular. Palo Alto number 1, Fortinet number 2, Checkpoint is number 3. We have Cisco. So next one we have Juniper. Okay. So there are so many products are available. Sophos also available. You can see Sophos. Okay. So this is the Gartner report. Right now, number 1 is Palo Alto. That's why everywhere Palo Alto, even though it is very, very, very expensive solution. So now coming back, what is the difference between Palo Alto and other vendor firewalls? So Palo Alto firewall and here other vendor firewalls. Other vendor meaning here all other firewalls. All other firewalls. Checkpoint is very popular. So Palo Alto will use SP3. So single pass paralleling, single pass paralleling processing technology. So single pass, sorry guys. Oops. It's something I clicked on, it's not working. Give me 2 minutes, I will rejoin. Give me 2 minutes, I will rejoin. So apologies, guys. So yeah, difference between Palo Alto and other vendor firewall, SP3. First one is SP3 point. So what is in the SP3 here? So it is a single pass parallel processing technology. So it is a unique feature. No other vendor has this feature, but here other vendor will follow serial processing. Serial processing. So what is mean by this one? Whenever any packet is entering into the organization level, in that scenario, example, this is antivirus engine, this is IDS IPS engine, this is malware engine, so this is proxy engine, all other vendors, maybe FortiGate, Cisco, Checkpoint, Sonic Wall, Sophos, Forcepoint, F5, and so on. So they will follow serial processing, one after the other. First packet is entering here. So packet is entering here. First it will do antivirus scanning. After completing antivirus scanning, it will do IDS scanning. After completing IDS scan, it will go to IPS scanning. After completing IPS scanning, it will do malware scanning. After completing malware scan, it will do proxy scanning and so on. It will take longer time, and also whenever any attack is trying to compromise, easily he can compromise. So, but on the other hand, so Palo Alto firewall, antivirus, IDS, IPS, malware, proxy. So once that packet is coming into our firewall, so it will do all the packet scanning parallelly at a time. It will take less time to identify is there any malware infection is available or not. That packet will go to antivirus, that packet will go to IDS, that will packet to IPS, malware and proxy at a time, single time. So that is called single pass parallel processing. It's a unique feature. It's a unique feature in the Palo Alto firewall, but other firewall will follow serial processing. Okay, so that is the first point. Second point is it will not block rules or policies based on port and protocol. Based on port and protocol. So it will block, but it will block based on the application. But it will block based on application. So it will not block rules or policies based on port and protocol. So, but it will block based on application. What is meant by this sentence, I will explain. But all other firewalls, it will block based on port and protocol. But it is not blocked and based on application. What is the exactly meaning of this one? Example, consider. Maybe you want to block Facebook application. You want to block Facebook application. In that scenario, so you will specify the source, you will specify the destination, you will specify the port number, you will specify the protocol, you will specify the action. So source is nothing but all the internal employees. On the internal employees. Destination, facebook.com. Port number, what is the port number for facebook.com?
443.
443. Protocol?
HTTPS.
HTTPS. Yeah. Action, example, we want to block or deny.
IDs and IPs.
Yeah. In this scenario, Do you think that only Facebook application is running on 443?
No, sir. Google also, others also.
No, sir.
On the
Yeah, right. You are right. Other applications also will run on the 443. So for this reason, we have to other vendor firewalls. For this reason, we have to make one more additional configuration. It's a little bit complicated. So we have to make application control. That application control we have to allow here. But coming to these
Sir,
are
I
other
have
vendor
a doubt here.
firewalls.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yes, please.
Actually, 443 is HTTPS, right? Secure protocol.
Yes, correct.
So reaction, how can we deny that one, sir?
This example I'm saying, example.
Okay. No problem, sir. Yeah. Okay, sir. Go ahead.
So next one example, these other vendor firewalls. Coming to Palo Alto firewall. So there is no need to specify these two things. So we'll specify source. We'll specify destination. We'll specify the application. We'll specify the action.
Okay.
So source, it is nothing but example, all the internal employees. And destination is a Facebook. Application, sorry, destination, yeah, facebook.com. Application will write once again facebook.com and action deny. Did we specify important protocol here? No. So that is the difference between, yes, even Fortinet firewall also we can block. So only dedicated to facebook.com. But we have to do additional configuration as well. It is not like a straightforward. So that is the second control. Sorry, second difference. Okay. So Palo Alto firewall is blocking based on the application, not based on the port and protocol. So third one is Palo Alto firewall is a unique feature of user ID configuration, content ID, and also application ID, app ID. So, but other vendor firewall doesn't have this capability.
Yes.
So what is meant by user ID, content ID, and app ID? User ID will be used for Active Directory integration. User ID, if we do Active Directory integration, if we are doing the Active Directory integration, we will come to know what's going on. What is the identity of the person for traceability purpose? For traceability, who has done what? Who am I? So that is user ID. Content ID, scanning of the malware, scanning of the IPS, scanning of the antivirus. So that is related content. What or content of the payload is entering into the organization level. App ID. So this one, Palo Alto firewall is a categorized different types of application. Right now, it is supporting more than 2,500 plus application categories. Example, social networking, one of the category. News is one of the category. Business application is one of the category. Sports is one of the category. So nudity is one of the category. Drugs is one of the category. Alcohol in such a way. So every application ID has, so one of the number will be there. So everything in our all over the worldwide, how many applications are, all those application is divided into right now 2,500 app IDs. Okay. So these are all the three different IDs are supporting by Palo Alto firewall, but other vendor firewall doesn't have this concept. I will show you practical what is meant by this one. So these are all the three main differences between Palo Alto firewall and also other vendor firewalls. These two are very important, guys. First two are very important. Single pass parallel processing technology. Second one is it is not blocked on the based on the application. Sorry, based on the port and protocol. So if we are going for any dedicated to Palo Alto firewall interview, first question they will ask this one only. What is the difference between Palo Alto firewall and other vendor firewalls? That's the first question they will ask. Okay. So next one. Types of firewalls. So there are two types of firewalls. One is perimeter firewall. So next one is internal firewall. So perimeter firewall is a must device in the organization level. Compulsory every organization has to purchase and deploy the perimeter firewall. So nothing but after ISP router, perimeter, internet. Perimeter means internet facing firewall. So similar to like in the endpoint level, compulsory solution is antivirus or ADR. In the similar network level, compulsory must device, must tool is firewall. Okay. Maybe proxy or IDS APS you can use or not, but must device is a firewall. Internal firewall is not a must. Okay, internal firewall is not a must. Internal firewall will deploy in between access and core switch, and perimeter firewall we can deploy in the before ISP router, behind ISP router, sir, behind ISP router. So that is the difference perimeter and internal firewall. Perimeter level nothing but internet level facing. Internet facing. So that is two types of firewalls. Next one, firewall deployments. Firewall deployments. Anyone? Firewall deployments already we discussed in the OS layer topic. Very first layer.
Hardware module and which one?
No, that is module number wise. On-premise and cloud, that is different. Deployments, implementations. This first class we discussed OS layers. Not first class, fourth class.
NIDS, NIPS.
No. Deployment, implementation. What is antivirus EDR deployment or implementation? What is antivirus EDR implementation, deployment?
Client and server.
Client and server method. Firewall deployment, OS layers we discussed.
Network.
So first method is layer 3 mode. First deployment is layer 3 mode. Layer 3 mode also called as anyone?
Network layer.
Root mode.
Root mode, you are right. Root mode are also called as network address NAT mode. Yeah, NAT mode, that's correct. Layer 3 mode or root mode or NAT mode. Okay. So in which layer internet will work, guys? In which
Network
layer
3.
internet will work?
Transport layer, network layer, sir. Network layer, sir.
Which
Router
device will support internet? Which device will support internet?
Router.
Yes, router. So layer 3 mode, nothing but layer 3 example device. Layer 3 means as per OS layer, network layer. Network layer example device is a router. That's why layer 3 mode is also called it as a root mode. That is also called it as NAT mode. NAT mode is nothing but network address translation. Network address translation. It's entire question. What is meant by NAT? Okay, layer 3 mode we can deploy. So every organization will use internet. It's a must. Whether without internet, any organization will do the business?
No, sir.
No, impossible. So compulsory 100% of the firewalls we have to deploy as a, especially perimeter firewall, will deploy as a layer 3 mode or root mode. So next one is a layer 2 mode. Layer 2 mode is also called as
Switch mode.
switch mode. You are right, switch mode. Okay, so switch mode we will not use that much regularly because internet will not work and also VPN connections will not work. So router will support for VPN connection, a router will support even internet as well. So we discussed, right? What is the difference between router and switch? Okay. Next one, even high availability mode, HA mode. HA full form is high availability. High availability meaning here, maintaining the primary and backup. Example, in your mobile also, sometimes whenever you are traveling from X to Y location, maybe your mobile is frequent, it is showing as a dead. Okay. So obviously we'll use the backup for backup charger. In the similar way, even organization level also, if you want to maintain the available always that particular server or maybe tool, we have to maintain the primary and backup. If primary will go down, secondary will come into the picture. Example, we have seen primary DNS server, secondary DNS server. The primary DNS server will go down, secondary DNS server will take care of the primary DNS server functionality. Same way, one of the interface will configure as a high availability mode. Okay. So next one is a virtual or transparent. Virtual or transparent. We will not use this one regularly. So virtual or transparent meaning here, it is like a dummy transparent. Whatever packet is entering to the firewall level, same packet will go outside also without blocking anything. It will not block anything in the transparent mode, just for monitoring purpose. It's like IDS. Virtual mode or transparent. Virtual wire, not transparent, virtual. Virtual wire or transparent. It's like IDS. It will not do any blocking. But firewall main functionality is either blocking or allowing. If you want to monitor something, we have to configure virtual wire or transparent. 99% of the cases, we will use a layer 3 mode or root mode or NAT mode. Why? Because every organization required the, okay, so respect to internet and VPN connections. Internal firewall, we can use the switch mode. So as I said, so perimeter firewall is nothing but internet facing firewall. But if you want to monitor internal traffic, example, trust zone traffic, dedicatedly trust zone or internal zone traffic, then we will use a layer 2 mode, just monitoring only. So then we'll use switch mode or layer 2 mode. Okay. So this is most of the cases for perimeter level. So this is for the internal firewall level, internal traffic monitoring. Even last one also internal traffic. So this is for perimeter or internet traffic. Okay, so that is the deployment of the firewall. So next one, we have zones in the firewall. Zones in the firewall. We have internal zone, also called a trust zone as per network architecture diagram. What is the score as per internal zone?
100%.
Out of 100. 100%. Yes, you are right. Next one, DMZ or DMZ.
50.
Inter question.
50.5.
50%.
50. What is DMZ zone, guys? What is the
Demilitarized zone.
what it will do?
It acts as a boundary between the trusted and untrusted.
Yes, you are right. That's what you have to say. What is a DMZ zone? In the interview, they will ask, this word came from military. Full form is demilitarized zone or DMZ or DMZ zone. It will act as a bridge between internal zone and also external or untrust zone. That is called DMZ. Normally, non-critical servers or non-critical applications will deploy in the DMZ zone because 50% trust, 50% untrust. That's what you have to say. It's inter question. What is DMZ or DMZ zone? Inter question. Next one is, what is the next zone?
Untrust.
Untrust, also called as
External, or public,
external
or internal.
public.
0.
Untrust or external or public or one more.
Internet.
Internet. You are right. What is trust score?
0.
0. You are right. Okay, these are all zones of the firewall. So now I'm stopping here. Tomorrow I will continue. Tomorrow I will take maybe 1.5 hour session. So please go and visit. I'm giving one of the practical demo tool similar to like a Sophos you registered, right? Sophos, did you register Sophos? Did you register Sophos EDR tool?
Yes, sir, we did.
Are you doing the practicing? Are you playing with the tool?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have to play with the tool. Then only you will remember all those policies, signatures. Next one, devices, global settings, administration settings, general settings, and so on. Now coming to in the similar way, we have one of the firewall is available in the online. Just you can go to Google and type FortiGate demo. Just you can go to Google and just you can type FortiGate demo. Click on this one. Now it will open FortiGate.fortidemo.com. I went to Google, just I given a Google query, FortiGate demo. Then it is showing as first thing, portigate.portidemo.com. Click on this one. In the demo, I will give the Portigate, guys. In your resume also, you can mention the Portigate. And click on accept here. What is the version of the Portigate demo? You can see here.
7.2.
What about Sophos CDR? Sophos CDR tool version. 10 dot
10.9.
9.32.4.
Yeah, that is the one. So always whatever tool you are keeping in your resume, you have to remember the model number and also version. It's important. So if they want, if normally interview will ask whether real or fake or original, that time they'll ask all these questions. If a genuine person already some other field they are working on, if they are moving to cybersecurity, that's okay, fine. But couple of people will put the fake experience. For them, it's difficult. After checking the company name or consultancy name, what you are keeping, they'll identify. That's why they'll ask all these questions. So Portigate version is 7.2. Accept you can give. Then username and password is demo. Username and password is demo. I am writing here also. Portigate firewall demo URL link. So next one, username demo, password demo. I think small letter, not capital letter. Case sensitive, I think so. So now click on login button and authentication failure, demo. NGFW, already showing NGW PRI. What is PRI? So in the login page, it is showing as a NGFW-PRI. What is meant by that one? NGFW, what is NGFW?
Next generation firewall.
PRI means primary. PRI means primary. So click on login read only. So that means we can't add or delete or modify anything in this firewall. It's a demo tool. It's located, I think, in USA cloud environment. Click on login, read only. Okay, this one similarly as it is, it will look like a practical firewall only. So for CDR like a trial version, you can't see everything, but in this firewall, you can see everything practically. Traffic calls will go here and there. You have to play with this tool also. Okay. Now you can see HA primary. What is HA?
High availability.
High availability. Okay. So now you can see NGFW, next generation firewall primary. Okay, serial number. Every device has a serial number. That one I already told you at the time of for CDR itself. So this serial number we have to take and we have to register in which portal? Serial number we have to take and we have to register where? You are purchasing Dell laptop, example, you are purchasing iPhone, where you will go and you will register?
Official website.
Support portal, warranty, right? Same thing. So serial number you are registered in the support portal. A firmware version of the Portigate is 7.2. Mode, what is mode here?
NAT.
What is mean by NAT?
Network address
Network address transfer. Now it's clear, right? So this firewall is deployed as a NAT mode. NAT mode is also called as
Layer 3 mode. Layer 3 mode.
Also root mode.
Road mode.
Right. So that's why we are able to access this device through remotely. Why? Because it is deployed as a NAT mode and it is applicable to internet. Now, whatever theoretical part I'm giving here, always you can compare with the practical tool. That's why I'm giving the theoretical first. whenever you are working on some of the tools, you can go through theoretical part. Otherwise, you can put my theoretical notes your beside. Then you can log into tool and you can compare and you can map these tools. Then there is no need to by heart anything. Understood? Okay, just whenever you will get a free time, just you can go through this one. Anyway, I'll explain this one maybe 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days. Understood? So every firewall has a dashboard, obviously settings, log and report. Our main investigation will be forward traffic. This is our tab. Whatever inbound traffic and outbound traffic is going on in the firewall, we can see here. Okay. So please go through this one. We will discuss later. But anyway, first we can complete theoretical part. So out of these firewall, policy and objects are very important. So policies, everything, even Sophos EDR also, did we create policies or not? Yes, we can. We did. Yes, we did. That's what I said. Every tool policies are very, very important. Okay. So then backend detection methods also important. Every tool has a dashboard, settings, policies. This is common for every tool, not only security tools, that may be any tools. Any tools. Okay. Please go and whenever you are getting a free time, please go through this one and what are the tabs are available. You can go this one. Just you can play this tool. Okay. Anyway, I'll explain this one. Don't worry. I will explain each and every tab. So that's all for today, guys. I will continue tomorrow. Do you have any queries?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, up to fifth generation, that is UTM,
Mm.
you said that is firewall. From there, we are calling as firewall.
Mm.
Before that, first generation is router, you said, sir. And
Right.
the next one devices are also, we have configured in router only or a separate, we call it as a firewall server like that.
No, in the router and also combination with servers as well. Routers and servers. Routers and servers. So firewall came maybe 1995 in between 2013. So that time firewall entered into the market level. So initially you are right. Circuit level gateway, stateful inspection, everything is available in the router and also in between servers.
Okay, sir. First generation only we have installed a router as a firewall.
Correct, you are right.
Okay, sir. And one more thing, sir. This trusted zone, untrusted zone, and DMZ will come in the network or firewall, sir.
No, this is network and also firewall. So firewall, normal firewall, we can divide into zones. Even this one normal network architecture diagram also we can divide, not an issue.
Okay. In that DMZ zone, firewall will be there. So I am asking the question that
normally this is a firewall concept. Basically, trust zone, untrust zone, DMZ zone, and all these are completely firewall concept. So, but you people should understand, right? That's why given in the network architecture diagram.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Any other? Yeah, please go and practice this, guys. Otherwise, you have to by heart everything. This is my request. Okay. So we'll continue tomorrow, guys, and tomorrow I will take 1.5 hours. Okay. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Good night, sir. Good night, sir.